Hey YouTube, Lawler here. We've got some updates to the good old game of Rocket League. The team has been doing a lot when it comes to updating the game itself. It's something that we've been begging for years, with new things to do within Rocket League. And while this one isn't necessarily a big update, I think for a lot of people, it's just a requested feature that we've wanted for a really long time. Before we get into that, just as a general iteration, there's a lot of people that are expecting massive gameplay updates for Rocket League, but the complication is the balance between two things. Number one, do we go to Unreal Engine 5 so we can kind of unlock the limitations that UE3 has? And two, if we're doing that, do we build things still in UE3 even though we have to build them from scratch in UE5? It's a very tough balance. People are saying just go to UE4. You're still having to build everything from the very beginning. Like, you have to start over completely. So do you continue to put forth efforts even though you're going to just switch to this thing in the future? Or do you try to do that to make sure your player base is still happy? Gameplay updates like this are kind of a good in-between. While it is still a good feature to have, the way you approach playing the game is the exact same. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about with the latest update, it is going to be doing with their newest teaser for the next season. The next season of Rocket League is very arcade-based. They do have an arcade-based thing with some Easter eggs showing like Starbase Arc and like some cool things, Wasteland, Farmstead, and like arcade machines, which are pretty cool. But the big thing is at the very end that they tease here, where they talk about a certain thing that we've been wanting for a long time, which is free play. Free play right now is how we all spend most of our time playing Rocket League in between queue. As soon as we start queuing for a game, we go into training, free play, and then we mess around in free play. This was actually one of my favorite things in some of the previous FIFA games. When you're at the loading screen in some of the games for FIFA, you have the ability to play like a half-court little mini game with your buddies. Anybody who's in the lobby can mess around and shoot on target, and like, it's a really cool like one-on-one half-court thing that they do from like the top of the 18. And it was a great way to practice mechanics and mess around and like before you actually got into the game. And the issue with Rocket League is you couldn't do that. You could not play with other people. You only were in free play on your own. And the complication is the only way you could do this as an alternative was by going into a private match. So you'd go into a private match, you would set it up with a limited boost, you would let everybody kind of do their thing. Difficulty though is when you're in a private match, you couldn't also queue for a game. This is going to change that. You now have the ability to up to 4 players go into free play, which may not seem like a big deal for a lot of people, but it is a very much so sought after and requested feature, which seems to be the way that Rocket League is going. A lot of the decisions Rocket League is trying to do between the boost meter updates with nameplates and a lot of these other changes are quality of life features that have been heavily requested that give us benefits in the game. So you're telling me that if I'm in a queue of 3, it's me and my 2 teammates going into 3v3s, we can now mess around, practice things, we can pass around, we can do that stuff, while also being able to queue for the upcoming match. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but overall, it is a very much so celebrated feature that has been heavily requested. On top of that, it also gives us insight into what should be the next season of Rocket League. Arcade themed, what that's going to entail, maybe a new map. Like, I hope it's not just a reskin of Neo Tokyo. Like, I hope we get something actually new and different. It gives us a little bit of insight. The other side of that is they do tell us what rewards are, and not well received by the community. They do talk about we are getting boosts. Rocket boosts are going to be the reward we get for the next season. It says reach for the stars and the highest ranks to earn these competitive rewards. Some of the comments have not been good. And I quote one of them saying the bronze boost looks like a night after eating Taco Bell. Someone called it already the root beer boost, which I'm a big fan of root beer. But there is a lot of negativity around this. I don't really need to go into the blog post all that much, but it basically tells you, hey, if you guys want to push for your better rocket passes and stuff, you're going to get it at the very tail end. There's going to be some XP earning opportunities and some different player title opportunities that you can get at the very tail end. A lot of people not happy with them. A lot of people not excited about them. I personally think that the colorization of them, while they are all the same, I wish the effects and the visuals would change, because the difficulty is all of these are copy paste, right? All they did is they made this one boost and they said, okay, make it this color for this rank, this color for this rank, this color for this rank, and that's it. And we've talked about this numerous times. When you have a rank-based reward, you want the visual representation, you want the excitement to also level up. So they should, and this has been said numerous times, take the reward, keep it very simple for bronze, make it a little bit more complicated for silver, make it even more complicated for gold. And as you work up, the boost levels up or visually becomes more exciting as you get to the higher ranks, because it incentivizes you to trying to accomplish that next rank. It's the reason why Grand Champ is the #1 most sought after, because it's not just the rewards, but also the title, something unique in game for people to request and work towards. And it's still within reach, because hitting SSL is very tough for a lot of people. So still more complications, still more frustrations, but I will say I am personally excited about the update. While yes, it is not a new way to play the game, it is not an exciting new content piece or a new game mode or something like that that changes up how we play Rocket League. The feature itself is something that is heavily sought after, and it seems like it is giving us more ideas about how the Epic Games and Rocket League team are building Rocket League for now. Well, yes, it's not UE5. Yes, it's not a creative mode. Yes, it's not that. They are still putting in updates, quality of life updates into the game between the nameplates and everything else. And the latest one, from what's been alluded to, is free play for you and your friends in your party, which I do think is pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys have in the comments down below. I know it's pretty under-celebrated by a lot of people, but I do think it is a pretty cool feature. While, yes, it is not a perfect solution, it is still something. Is that enough to keep people playing? We'll have to wait and see. Either way, comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, notifications while you're down there, and check out all the socials. And hit up information about the Apex. Tournament's coming soon. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.